Hi, I'm John Brown. I'm Brisca V8 Hotstox 288, and this is Behind the Driver. I started racing V8s about 6 or 7 years ago. I haven't always raced V8s. I raced stock cars to start off with, and I actually did a couple of meetings in a UK modified. Racing a stocks car, the difference between a stocks car and a V8 are mainly the amount of power and the amount you can do with the car. The stocks cars are a very controlled formula, which is great for what it's there for, and V8s, although still being controlled to a point, you've got a bit more freedom with all the setup and the adjustments on the car, and actually building parts yourself, which is what sort of drew me into it. I've been racing 6 or 7 years, but probably my ideal, my highlights from the last few years are probably the earlier years when I won my first final and won a few races around Coventry back when we had such a track, and probably qualifying in the top 2 of the world final one year, which was a bit of a surprise, and the British of 2017, which didn't go all that well, but it was a good race and one that I'll always remember. Looking back on the British of 2017, well, yeah, we don't like talking about that one very often, but it was a great race. Me and Luke Moore had a good battle all the way through it, and there were so many. I've had so many people say ever since that, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, but it was a stock car race all out, and we raced side by side all the way through it. It got people watching. I wish I'd won it, but at the end of the day, everyone will remember it. So, but they probably won't remember me from second. I'll probably just be that guy that comes second in that British in 2017. Yeah, yeah, and Luke Moore won it. Yeah, that one. When I'm not racing, I tend to spend a lot of time, apart from just time working on the car and that side of things. I do a few concerts and stuff like that, just something totally different from racing to keep everything fresh, because otherwise it gets a bit monotonous after a while, and generally just enjoying life, or trying to. Favourite pieces, definitely Meat Feast. Don't ever think about them. If I was stranded on an island with 3 drivers, who would you want them to be? Is more of a, I'd have said, try and think logically. You probably want to take John Lund, because he's a farmer, so that would make sense. Stuart Smith Jr., because, you know, the party gets a bit dull, you know, to do the shots and thunderstruck on. And 3rd driver. I'll have to come back to that one. It's hard to say what to change about the sport. I think we're working our way there. We could do a bit more promotion side, which is coming in now with this Behind the Driver and other things, which is great to see. I think, apart from promoting it and doing a bit more that side, everything else is out of our control anyway. I just think we're going in the right direction in one way, and I think I want to leave that one there. I don't think I've had Marmite since I was about 10, so I'm going to say 80. Well, I might with it. 2019 is pretty much, I wouldn't say over for us now, but it's no longer, it's more of a season we're just going out to enjoy ourselves this year. It's just doing what we can, when we can. We had a few issues at the start of the year which put us back. We're trying to build this new car and that's put us back. And it's just took longer and longer, and hopefully for next year we can start afresh and everything will work a bit better than it has this year, because this year's been a nightmare, to be honest. Just like to thank firstly my dad and Milky for looking after the car, and the dog's just come across the road. Come down here, mate. Come on. There.
Guessed it.
It's in the bottom drawer of the toolbox. I'd like to thank my dad and Milky for all the work they've done over the winter on the car and the truck, and my mum for looking after everything else. My sister Emma for looking after the team page, because even when she's away racing with her husband, she's looking after my team page, and it's something that I just haven't got time to do, so it's great that she can do that. And then all the sponsors, because without them, especially this weekend, I wouldn't be here without the help of them. And generally anyone else that helps. I better mention Dougie as well, otherwise he'll probably hit me. But yeah, everyone that's helped us in the last few years, and this year especially, because it's been a tough one. Thank you very much. Thanks for your support, and this has been Behind the Driver. Thanks for watching.